Are you ready? Are you set? 'Cause it's time to embrace the Nerds!
That's right, everybody. It's time for another episode of Nerds and Nitwits. We are back. We're here. You know what? I probably shouldn't finish that rhyme. Anyway.
Not showing off our rears.
We're not. Cam, currently missing. Went to go get his pizza. Currently, so. Our mystery judge, hiding behind our lovely title card. He's also currently muted, so we'll get to that shortly. But we're here. I hope you guys are too. You guys aren't saying anything in chat yet, so that's, it's not concerning. I know Ronan's there. Hi, Ronan. Yeah, Ronan! Woo! But we're here. I do believe everybody can be heard. I do believe everybody can be seen, except for our mystery judge, for our round 2 of Gloves Off. So, I don't know where Cam is. I mean, if we yell really, really loud, maybe he'll hear us, but, we're less important than hockey. I mean, that's probably valid.
I mean, I'm also watching hockey.
It's true.
So,
it's true.
You gotta do what you gotta do, am I right?
Michael is also definitely not distracted. That's fine, Ronan. We're okay with you not actually being sorry. At the moment, I guess we're just stalling for time. So,
with stalling going on, we're excited for today's episode. Coming in, we got some really compelling arguments. Once again, we got the 3-argument system we're going to be going through. Brown jersey, all day, brown jersey. Connor Brown, my guy. Him or Zach Hyman. They're just hard workers. Love to see it. Moving through, here he is, Cameron, the man, the myth,
appearing from the background. It's so good.
What? How did he get here?
I just love him, like, suddenly appearing out of the background.
Oh, hello, everybody.
Hi.
The Disney princess himself.
That's the 3 of us. So it is a dwarf. He magically reappeared from the underground.
Yep.
Yes. And with further ado, we're excited to announce our special guest judge for this episode of Nitwits Gloves Off. Put your hands together and your fingers for them snaps as we present to you the man, the myth, the
legend,
Anthony.
Bam. It's Noggin, everybody! You love him, you miss him. He's back with us.
Bada bang, bada boom. It is I.
Cool.
Here to judge our arguments and determine whether one of us is right, wrong, or somewhere in between.
Yes.
I can do that.
Not sure I trust that judgment, but anyways.
And as we bring the arguments forward, just so people know, we've done something a little bit different this time.
Gasp.
We do not know what each other is arguing unless Noggin asks us to change our arguments. Because before this episode, we submitted our arguments for each topic. And he reviewed them to make sure that there was no doubles. So we are going in without knowing each other's argument. Today's 3 topics are...
Our doubles got switched. I think we both
swapped.
So.
But Anthony,
Yes.
what are we arguing today?
So, the first argument today will be the best Pokemon with a lightsaber. Who you would want what Pokemon you would want with a lightsaber. The second argument, which should be really fun, for I have no idea what's going on because I've never watched the show. What Stranger Things kid would you want to fight a gorilla with?
Yeah.
And then a very neutral round idea, something that has not caused any discourse on this podcast
No, never.
ever before.
No, not at all.
I
The
would never
best
get mad about it.
movie sequel, of which should be a good time. Should be a good time.
Heck yeah.
Should be something, all right.
Yeah. Well, before we land into it, the rules for the Nitwit debates. As a quick reminder for all those involved and our wonderful audience who will be voting. I believe currently the only voter is Ronan, so you have unlimited power between you and the judge. We have, first off, a roll for initiative. The highest roll will go first, and the lowest roll will receive the Nitwit debate, which we also don't know what it is. Last time we knew. This time, Noggin has that information and is ready to share that when the time comes. Each Nitwit will have 1 minute for their opening arguments. No more, unless if they want it. After that minute, they will be silenced by the judge. Then they will have 10 minutes as a crowd to debate. So we will have 10 minutes to argue. In those 10 minutes, the crowd will vote on the arguments. Not on what we picked, but on how we present the arguments. The person with the lowest initiative, who got the Nitwit debate, will receive the closing remarks. For the scoring. If you win, you will receive 1 point. If you win with the Nitwit debate, you will receive 2 points. And if you decide that you're going to leave your debate and join somebody else's, you will receive half a point. Last time we did this, I was happy to be the proud victor. Thank you, Nanner Time. Hashtag Nanner Time.
Hashtag Nanner
Coming out with
Time.
3 points. Joel came out with 1 point. And
Kept track.
Cameron. Oh, yeah. I have a scoreboard, dude. We're adding this
Oh
up.
my gosh.
I want to know who the grand Nitwit totaler is.
Oh boy.
But with further ado,
I feel like
no need to hear from me.
I feel like I'm not good at arguing.
We need to hear from the Noggin.
Dun.
Okay. So, for the first one. So we're doing this. Are you guys going to roll? And then I tell you after you roll what you get? Or do you want me to tell you guys off the first one and then roll?
You
Oh,
introduce
baby.
the topic, and then we'll roll.
Okay,
Oh,
sounds
what if I
good.
just rolled?
Sucks to be you.
Just
then.
keep it quiet.
You know what? I think we're gonna keep it light because I think this will be the weaker one. We're gonna do the Pokemon with the lightsaber first
Aight.
because I think the other two will be more interesting.
Aight.
So, roll away.
Oh man. I don't wanna.
This is by far
Okay.
the highest roll I've gotten in gloves off so far.
Ah, shucks. I'm a little nervous now.
I got a 13.
I
Here I go.
also got a 13.
Ooh.
Oh,
19.
I guess Joel and I got to do a roll
Gotta
off.
reroll.
3, 2, 1.
Ooh. Fell on the
Ah,
floor.
shoot.
I got 12.
I got an 8.
Hey!
Blaziken! Blaziken! No! Blaziken!
Oh, that was a bad choice, anyways.
No! You suck.
Michael, you choose Dunsparce.
How do you
Oh,
spell
baby.
that?
Literally, duns parse.
Done sparse.
That's not actually true. Dun sparse.
And in
Hang
true
on, hang
Nitwit
on.
I
fashion,
found it.
we're going.
I found it.
Okay.
Why are you
Okay.
so... Thank you.
Sounds good.
Done sparse.
My thought was, well, there's the obvious Magikarp, but you know, I gotta go a little bit more and embrace the meme of Pokemon and pick Dunsparce.
Think Magikarp is, because even just by what it evolves into, that makes it significantly better than a lot of other options.
That is the other thing that I had in mind. I'm like, but a fun one.
All right.
Dunsparce.
Cam, are you ready for your introductory minute?
Yes.
I should have got the timer widget. I'm so sorry. I didn't think about that.
Oh, that's the judge's job. Don't worry.
Yeah, that's Noggin's job.
Yep. Okay. You ready there, Dwarf?
Do I look ready?
Okay, go.
Oh no. Okay. Gallade. I picked Gallade. Okay. Now, here's my reasoning for Gallade. Psychic type basically is force powers. So Gallade is already, it's humanoid. It's got a high speed stat. It's psychic. It's basically a Jedi. It's got, working elbows, working wrists, which means it can actually do all the lightsaber things. Otherwise, I did my research and now I'm just forgetting it all. It's like known for being like elegant and moving very elegantly, just like, a Jedi might, or Count Dooku, actually. Yeah, it's generally like a calm and focused Pokemon. So even that, kind of embodies the way the Jedi fight and battle. So
10 seconds.
I have a hard time seeing Gallade not having a really good chance.
5,
in the lightsaber fight.
4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Okay.
Budding.
Batting. Okay. The Groot.
That's me.
Are you ready?
As ready as I'll ever be.
Okay. 42. Go.
Okay. So I picked a newer Pokemon, which is strange for me because I am typically Gen 1, Gen 2, that kind of thing. I went with newest generation. I picked a Pokemon called Armarouge. And its counterpart, which is Ceruledge, but that's a whole other thing, are made specifically to be knights in armor. They are made to wield swords. They are made to just do that. So he has built-in armor. He's a fire and psychic, much like Gallade. So he has the heat. He has the ability to wield the sword and wield it well as having all those psychic powers. So having the force powers. But if we learned anything from Avatar, that means force lightning because he's got firepower, right? But I picked Armarouge just because he's so dope. He's got built-in armor. He's made to wield weapons.
10 seconds.
To wield a sword. He just looks cool too. Honestly, if you don't know who Armarouge is, you should.
5, 4, 3.
I'm good.
2, 1.
I can't
Cap of the
even
watch.
see that one in my head.
You can't? Here.
No, it's not. Like which gen is it?
That's the newest one. That is
Oh,
Scarlet and Violet.
Okay, I do. Yeah.
Gen 9.
Yeah.
Ceruledge
Okay.
is the other one, but
Okay, Michael. You ready?
Oh, yeah.
I'm ready for this.
Dunsparce! Choose you! Go!
Okay, folks. Pokemon number 206 coming at you is Dunsparce. Dunsparce is something that you cannot underestimate. Be strong with the force you must. Not underestimate your opponent you shall. See, Yoda said it. We know he said it because it's in the Clone Wars somewhere. Don't fact check me. Dunsparce has wings. Dunsparce can fly. Do you know what's really cool? Lightsabers with flying things. How many Jedi can fly? I don't know. Not enough. They seem to just jump really high like Superman. So this guy's going to be flying around. You know what you could also do? Duct tape. Duct tape exists in Pokemon. Duct tape that lightsaber to his stinger, and that might be the scariest stinger you've ever seen since Shelob went in and went right into Frodo's abdomen. You guys are all getting screwed.
With 13 seconds to go.
He's got the shortest argument.
But it's got the most jam-packed with words, so
He's not wrong.
efficiency.
Though I would
Okay.
like to pose an argument on the Dunsparce, but we'll wait until the actual debate begins.
All right. Well, this should be really, really entertaining.
Oh, it'll be something.
That's for
alright.
sure. Okay, 10 minutes is on the clock. the last minute will go, I'll give you a 1 minute warning, and then when the timer goes, Mikhail will have the last word. Are you guys ready?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Are your Pokemons ready?
I chose him.
They were born ready.
I'm sure he is. All right, and debate.
All right. So first of all, Dunsparce can't actually fly. It hovers less than a foot off the ground.
It has
It sounds like that's
arms.
flying.
That's
It-
hovering. That
Duct
is
tape.
actually
Dunsparce has
hovering.
no arms. How would it do well in a lightsaber?
It's literally
I
like
told you,
holding it
duct
in its
tape.
mouth with like a really poor.
I told you, duct tape.
I
Dude,
don't know if that's how that works.
Freaking tape.
Psychic abilities to
The
just
argument is which Pokemon would you take in a lightsaber battle? That means that I'm coming with it. I'm the Pokemon master. I'm duct taping a lightsaber to its tail, and it's gonna go nuts. What are you gonna do? Okay, here's the dealio. You ready? Look at this. We're just gonna take a look at I don't know, armor. What's its face? Coming into
Armor
here,
Rouge?
thinks it's really cool and stuff. Okay,
But it is.
do you know what I see a major part of? Instantly, those arm shields, those shoulder pads, those 90s suit shoulder pads, too big. What are you gonna do?
That
You're
transform into a
restricted
cannon?
motion. Oh wow, a cannon.
So he's got a blaster and
that's-
lightsaber.
Okay.
Just
That's
saying.
really cool and also
saying.
uncivilized. At least mine is
Oh,
ready to
my
go.
word.
Here's the
Are you
thing.
calling
Here's the
Ezra
thing.
uncivilized?
I am.
I agree with you. I think Joel made a bad choice.
No. No way that I made a bad choice.
Hear me out. Gallade has it has the abilities of a Jedi, first of all.
Does it?
Second of all,
Does
it
it though?
has the mobility. It's psychic. Psychic Pokemon can do like telekinesis.
So is
and stuff.
Armor Rouge.
They can also. Yeah, well, it's not as good. They
It's-
can also read minds.
Nah.
Also, I just want to point out, Gallade can Mega Evolve. Armor Rouge cannot.
We're
Just gonna say.
not talking about its Mega Evolution though. We're just talking about base
also-
form Gallade.
Gallade is 2 types.
So is Armor
I'm
Rouge.
pretty sure flying or psychic and fighting. So it has literally what a Jedi needs.
Mhm. So its armor is made of a distinguished warrior, so it has all the memories, all the fighting knowledge of that warrior.
Oh, so it's
Which means it's
so
got
it's a distinguished
generations
warrior. So
of
it's
knowledge.
actually a ghost.
So it's
which
got
Oh, so it's using
generations
the
of
codes of
Jedi knowledge.
Gallade can just
Jedi
read
knowledge,
its
or
mind and
if
get
it's
that
recurring.
knowledge.
Okay, here's the deal.
It's still sword fighting knowledge.
These Sith seek to find ways to preserve and bring back knowledge and history in inhumane ways. And one of those ways is called necromancy, something your Pokemon seems to be quite frequently using, according to you, which means you're actually dealing with a Sith Pokemon.
That's not
also,
what, no,
it's a fire
no,
and psychic.
no.
That
Armor
sounds
Rouge
like your
is
Pokemon
loyal
is going
and
to
believes in
struggle to
fighting
use its
fair.
emotions to. Okay, so it's going to use
So
its
here's the thing. Gallade
dark
is
side
also
powers are
very
going to
similar.
cloud its judgment.
Nah.
Mine's a bug.
I'm more and
No
more
emotions.
feeling like
Best Jedi have no
Armor Rouge
emotions.
is just similar to Gallade, but in a later generation.
It's also 4'11".
Again,
Well,
Gallade, high speed.
Blade
Yeah.
is short.
so is Yoda. Judge him by your size, do ya?
Dunsparce,
At least Yoda had shoulder pads that were like atomically correct to his body. And here's the thing, Cameron. Gallade, there's a Mega Illusion, which means evolution, which means there's a better version of it. You know what
Exactly,
doesn't have an
exactly.
evolution? You know what stops right at the top? Dunsparce.
I would argue it stops right at the bottom. Just
that's not how
right
evolving works.
now,
If
but
you
it
look at
does.
evolution,
No.
Actually, yeah.
Evolutions
If it is
in nature
a
go
dozen to
until
prior,
it has reached
No,
the
we're
peak,
not
like
talking
a
about
crocodile.
We're not talking about
a
nature.
crocodile
We're talking about
Pokemon.
has
Pokemon.
reached the peak when it evolves.
If you
Dunsparce
played
reached the peak.
Pokemon and tried to use Dunsparce, you'd know it'd be bad.
Also,
it'd be bad
it
until you give it a
in fact the
lightsaber.
bottom. It is in fact the bottom because it has an evolution. Dunsparce has an evolution called the Dunsparce.
Oh yeah.
It legit adds another section, and that's
What
it.
the heck? Is that
Dunsparce-
9th Gen 2?
I think this is from Scarlet and Violet. Is
What the heck?
Dunsparce.
Yeah, but it really sounds like the two of you guys can only take a dump on Dunsparce, but you can't defend why your Pokemon would be any good.
Dude,
So,
I've been defending
if
this
your
entire
argument-
time. That's a
if your-
terrible
if
argument
your
because you're wrong.
argument is that it stopped because it was perfect. It's not, because it has an evolution. So it is the bottom of the barrel there.
Here's the thing.
Okay, but not much changes. Therefore, it is the peak. What
here's the thing,
happened?
with
It changed
Armarouge-
colors? Oh.
But with
Gallade
Armarouge,
has a
it has-
significantly higher speed stat than Dunsparce.
there's also that.
Oh, is speed everything? Remember, do not let your emotions cloud your judgment. Yours is
Oh,
a
yeah,
fighting
it
type
is
Pokemon,
in a
and there's
lightsaber.
plenty of room for judgment to be clouded. Mine
Dude.
is a bug. There is no emotions. There is no judgment clouding. If Anakin
Darth
Skywalker was
Sidious-
Dunsparce, he wouldn't have killed the younglings.
Darth Sidious kills 3 Jedi immediately just based on speed, and that's lore. That's canon lore.
Also, I love
So
how
you're
this knowledge
arguing
is
for a
slowly sinking more and more out of frame. But that being said, Armarouge gives off so much heat that he is constantly pushing back his enemies. So it's so easy to get the upper hand on enemies because he's just producing so much heat that he could just take them
So
out,
he's-
drive them into.
He's a walking Mustafar that's actually
Okay.
using the ghosts of dead people
I didn't
to
say
be
it's
his
using
armor.
its ghost. It's not a ghost type, so it can't be using the ghost. I'm saying
Its
the
armor is the ghost of dead people.
No, I'm saying its armor was owned by a valiant knight and valiant warrior.
Grave robbing.
Gallade literally was designed based off of samurai.
Do you also know there's a better version of Gallade in Scarlet and Violet called Iron Valiant?
No.
You should
I
look
did.
that up. You should look that up. There is a better version of Gallade called Iron Valiant, and it basically
But
wields a
that-
double-ended
Gallade is a
lightsaber.
bad
Oh, it
version.
wields a double-edged lightsaber. It sounds like Cameron's is already genetically ready to wield lightsabers,
Exactly.
unlike yours.
Yeah, exactly.
What? Are you jumping ship now, Michael?
No, I'm just saying that Cameron's
That
at least
sounds like
better
you're
than
jumping
yours.
ship.
It's still not able to... Whoa. His leaf chicken mohawk mother trucker is definitely not beating my bug.
Like chicken mohawk.
Dude, first of all, he's fighting in psychic type. He's not even grass type. So I don't know where you're getting leaves from.
He's green. I have a picture.
I have a picture. If we're going
It's
by like
green.
weaknesses and stuff, then I'm pretty sure that we outdo Dunsparce in everything.
Yeah. Is Dunsparce literally normal type? Or is it ground type?
It's normal type. It is just normal type, which is beat by fighting
Ah, it
types.
sounds like...
Dude, that's literally
yes, that's
fighting.
really cool. But do you know what we know
psychic
from
types.
Star Wars? It is the normal person who rises up to lead the rebellion of the galaxy. Luke Skywalker is but a humble
He's the son
humble
of
farmer
Anakin
on a desert
Skywalker.
planet who's a humble farmer on a desert planet who
You-
couldn't go to
you
a
are
toss
taking this
station to
way
get
in
power
another
converters,
direction that
and mine is a
doesn't
normal
make sense.
type. In the world of Star
It's
Wars, where
literally-
lightsabers reign supreme as weapons, my Pokemon would be the hero.
Is not a normal person rising up.
I think he's a normal type Pokemon for sure.
He's literally the son of Anakin.
He's a base
Skywalker.
white dude.
He's a base white dude.
He's a basic white dude.
Either way,
He is.
Dunsparce
Basic
is
desert white dude.
It's not the thing.
Luke Skywalker is literally Andres.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, okay. I'm down for that.
So Andres is
Um,
Dunsparce, and Andres could take all of us in a fight because he knows martial arts and we don't. So Dunsparce wins.
Here's the thing. I just think that if you take a look into it, Gallade like embodies what a Jedi is. And
It's interesting
so
that you
I
have to
would
take a
argue-
look into
So-
yours
so
when you
does
can just see
Armarouge.
mine from the base. and know
1
that
minute.
it's-
So does
you-
Armarouge. If he
yeah.
is incredibly loyal.
You're just making
Like-
things up in the spot.
Yeah.
I
Like,
am reading through their Pokedex right now, actually, and so
But here's the
far
thing.
it sounds like
Glade
Dunsparce is very
Warrior
even-tempered.
Spirit, It's got the psychic powers. It's got
so
elegance.
does Armarouge.
Literally, the whole thing is protecting
Armor Rouge, loyal, believes in fighting fair, willing to fight head on no matter how strong the foe is, which means he's literally willing to sacrifice himself to go take on the stronger opponent to make sure other people have a chance to survive. That is core
so
Jedi.
they will die in the fight. Good to know.
That is core Jedi right there.
And they will die in the fight.
And
Good
the
to
fight,
know.
the argument isn't even Jedi. The argument is just with a lightsaber.
Your argument,
10,
Michael, are based
9,
on nothing.
8,
Yeah,
Like,
Michael's
yeah,
argument is
he's
based on
denying
just
the
how much
fight.
bullcrap he can pull out of his
4,
butt.
Yeah, exactly.
3, 2, 1. Michael, you have the final word.
My dear constituents, what we've managed to reveal here is that we have two Pokemon that are basically different flavors of each other. And these two guys are so unoriginal that they had to go for something that they could not believe in, and that they had to simply seek as being the best option, which is something that is not the Jedi way. The Jedi believe that those who come in can sit there and rise up from nothing and take on challenges based on faith and friendship. Dunsparce will do that. They will stand by you. They will fly. I will duct tape a lightsaber to its buttocks. And it will, for sure, without a doubt, due to the underestimation of my opponents, slice its kneecaps. Dunsparce with a lightsaber.
Okay, then.
I think it is about lightsaber fights, Joel.
It is.
Oh, that's what you said.
That's what I said. I said this isn't about being a Jedi. This is about lightsaber fights. His whole argument.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
So, anyways, Gizzy, you should vote for me.
No, Gizzy.
I said the most right.
That's not
Okay.
how that works.
Okay. So, for those watching at home, we have a dwarf who has picked Gallade, a fighting psychic type. We have Joel, our Groot, who picked Armor Rouge, a fire psychic type. And Michael, who
is Michael.
chosen for him, Dunsparce, a normal type.
Hero type to you.
If you guys want to post up in the chat who you think won, I already have my thoughts of who I think wins this argument. Oh, this is terrible.
Let's just vote. He thinks we all suck.
I was gonna pick Blaziken. Blaziken would have absolutely torched y'all.
I don't know, dude. Blaziken, Armor Rouge, and Gallade all have very similar body styles.
It's like there was it's like there's a meta for this argument.
Almost.
The other idea I had was Blastwise.
Gloves off,
Like
metas.
literal cannons.
Whoa. Michael can't win if he wasn't arguing about what the rest of us were.
Yeah, he wasn't following the correct.
I don't know. I think I can win.
I'm gonna nano your house if you win this one.
I will help.
Do it.
I will help.
Have fun talking to his upstairs neighbor.
I guess.
I'll run really fast.
Okay, folks.
Yeah.
Please put in the chat who you think won. Just the name is great, and then we'll get ready to move on.
Nah. It's me. It's all me.
So, what's the weather like in there?
Kind of cloudy. Actually.
It's
Yeah. Yeah,
it's
no,
humid
sorry.
and it's
Humid.
it's pipey.
Is
It's
it?
pipey.
Yeah, you got a lot of tubes behind you.
Yeah.
A lot of
To be
lot of
or
water?
not to be. Well, that one's water, and that one is not water, but sometimes water, and
Sometimes
that one is not supposed to be water, but if it is, then we're in trouble.
Oh, okay.
Oh my.
Yes.
So I think that's it for the voting.
Yep.
No,
Yep,
this is just one
it's-
topic. Gizzy, this is just one topic.
Yes. This is the first of our gloves off rounds tonight.
This is the only Pokemon with a lightsaber.
Following it will be some other things that I feel like will argue better.
As long as I don't get Dunsparce for another break. If best sequel ends up being Dunsparce, I'm out.
No, that sequel be done on Sparse because it's the evolution.
Oh my god.
Okay. Looks like I've got to be the tiebreaker here. Unfortunately,
What the
if it
heck is
was
this?
for the best Jedi, I would have picked Michael, but I'm going to give it to Groot.
Yeah!
Because Armor Rouge would make more sense with a lightsaber.
Yes! Yes!
It was a good effort there.
I reign victorious.
This is great. I can now close my
Yeah, you
Wikipedia
should
pages
close
on
the
all these
Pokemon
Pokemon
tab.
I've never heard of before.
Yeah.
I am so sorry, Michael, but I'm
It's
glad that
okay.
it was you that got Dunsparce because I figured you could make a decent one.
He would have had the
But-
most fun with it for sure.
And if it was like anything more besides the lightsaber, I would have given it to you. But
Also, if you were wondering
I
what
was.
Iron
I looked
Valiant
at it. I was like,
looks
"How does it hold a lightsaber?"
this is
What do
legitimately
I do?
Iron Valiant. It is built to wield a double-edged lightsaber.
Yo, dude, that's what I should have freaking picked.
Yeah, this is one of the
Yeah.
Paradox Pokemon from Scarlet and Violet. It's a futuristic Gallade, basically made to wield a lightsaber.
if it was like more like Jedi stuff, it would have been like Gallade Dunsparce on that argument.
For sure.
For sure.
Understand that
For
one.
sure.
But it wasn't that. It was lightsaber fights.
All the psychic stuff would have been beautiful, but based on this, it's like the fire and fighting and
But the
whatnot.
psychic abilities would have helped in a fight with a
Oh
lightsaber.
my word. Alright, what's the next one?
Okay, the next one that we are going to do, we'll just keep rolling. We're going to do which kid from Stranger Things would you want in a fight against a gorilla?
So, to clarify, we are talking about any Stranger Things character that is not 11. So no magic.
11's on the ban list.
Yeah.
No magic. MK Ultra powers,
That's good to know.
and they need to be 18. They need to be like 18 or lower. So a high
You gotta
school
be
age
a
all the way
minor.
down, which means Steve and Billy and all those other guys who are not part of the core 4 kids exist. Just before we get going. Now, before we present our argument, though, it is time
To roll.
to roll.
Roll, baby. If I don't get the number here.
Ah!
Oh, baby. Joel, what'd you get?
I got a 10!
What did
That's
you get?
that's perfectly average.
Nat 20.
I got a nat 22.
It's a roll off.
no, we have to
Roll
re-roll
lower.
so we
Roll
can
lower.
get below
Roll lower.
Joel.
Roll lower. Roll lower.
Well, no, this is just between the
No,
two.
no, no. Roll
No.
lower. Roll lower.
Oh,
We gotta
no, absolutely not. This was
No,
never.
no, no, no.
talked
You
about.
gotta roll
Get
lower.
pooped on. I got a 14. I got a 14.
Roll
Joel
lower.
gets the nitwit
Roll
right
lower.
here.
Roll lower. Roll lower.
What
Roll
did
lower.
you get?
Roll,
I
Cam.
got 6.
Ah!
No, no.
I think the judge has to
Michael and
rule
I
in.
tied.
Noggin,
Michael
as the
goes
judge in this
before
situation.
me, and then me, and then
No,
Joel
no,
gets the
no.
bottom.
Noggin, as the judge in this situation.
If I rolled a nat 20 and
It was a
ended up
tie.
getting
It was a
nitwit
tie
rating,
for first, so it goes first to second. You stay where you are.
Fudge. Alright, what is my nitwick argument?
No. Michael, who are you picking?
Justin.
Dustin.
That was my pick. No, it wasn't. It was my original pick.
No,
I
it
changed it.
Cameron, who is your person?
Gizzy is correct in the chat. Steve Harrington.
Gosh dang it.
Okay. Now, I'm just going to clear the air. I know nothing of these characters. I've never watched the show. I know it's D&D-esque. I know Vecna's involved. I do not know anything else when it comes to Stranger Things. So, I picked this character based on the little Wikipedia page that I found about him. He has a nice nickname that was given to him by Eleven called Mouth Breather. And his name is Anthony Troy Walsh.
Who is
I have no idea. I need to look this up now.
what are you talking about?
He
He's a
appears
bully from the
in
first season, right? Yeah.
he appears in season 1, 3,
Yep.
4, 6, and 7.
Troy Walsh.
There's not that many seasons.
I have not.
Those are
What's
episodes.
this
Yeah.
guy's name?
It's
Troy
Walsh.
Walsh. He's the bully
It's this
because he's the quote unquote
this
mouth
kid.
breather, and he's 14 at the age of season 1.
Yeah,
Oh,
I know nothing about this kid, so I'm gonna be doing some.
It's okay.
yeah, what the heck?
I was a little nervous. This was
Let the
gonna
record show that if I got it and the answer was Will, I jokingly said before the show started that at least he's the kid who had the easiest ability for me to rip his arms off, bury his teeth into the shoulder blade, and then start beating the gorilla with. So,
True.
So this should be interesting because me knowing nothing, I am going to learn a lot. Yeah. So,
am I going first?
Mikal, your
Okay.
minute starts now.
Okay, folks. Assuming that this gorilla is not Harambe, for we would not fight him if it was. Moment of silence for Harambe. Okay, the reason that I'm picking Dustin is that the whole thing with an gorilla is that it comes down to fear tactics. That sucker is beating its chest, baring its teeth, and it is trying to show that it is bigger and stronger than you. We know that under pressure, Dustin will not crack. He will not waver, and he will get jobs done. When it was up to him to get the radio towers in effect so that they could communicate with the Upside Down, in all circumstances, he held strong. Even while there was a girl trying to kiss him, he fended her off so that he could save the day and secure his friends. So I know that him and I are ride or die. There's no fear. There's no frustration. There is Dustin being a team player, and we'll figure it out one way or another.
There's your minute. Okay. Cameroon. You ready?
Oh, baby, am I.
Okay, go.
Steve Harrington, in this context, I believe, is the ultimate fighter. He is the perfect human being in this context. He fights off the Demogorgon. He fights off the Demodogs. Dude has the combat experience of fighting things way stronger than he is. Gorilla, kind of like a Demogorgon. Just saying. He is resourceful with makeshift weapons. We see that. Dude beats things with a bat all the time. So he can make use of the terrain. He can make use of whatever's around. A stick, a rock, a string and a stick and a rock. Hammer. Whoa. Dude literally protects people throughout every season of the show with his abilities and combat experience. If he were a D&D character, he'd be at least level 4, I think, based on his fighting abilities. Dude takes a beating.
There's your...
Warning. Well, that's my
Sorry.
argument.
Okay. Groot.
Good luck with this, Groot.
Ready?
As ready as I'm ever gonna be.
Okay, go.
So here's the thing with Troy Walsh. He is one of the only characters, before any crap hits the fan, who is willing to throw hands. He is willing to get into fights. He's willing to play dirty. He even threatens them with a knife. He holds Dustin at knife point before any of the crap goes to hit the fan. He is the only kid who, without any prompting, is ready to fight and go on headfirst into the arena. He also then goes absolutely backcrap crazy after L breaks his arm and whatever else. So he is like, he has lost it. He is snapped. He is ready to throw hands at the drop of a pin. He is ready to get thrown into that pit with a gorilla and just go ham on that thing. Forget anything else. He's
5,
ready to go.
4,
That's
3, 2,
That's it.
1. Well, alrighty then. Color me impressed. Okay, you nitwits ready to argue?
Yep.
Yeah. I gotta move my mic closer just to make my points better.
Okay, you nerds, go at it. 10 minutes, go!
For the argument of Steve, I would like to raise the point that in the show, Steve consistently underestimates
Is a
or
beast
does not have enough
and wins.
and does not have enough information on the enemies that he is fighting. And he consistently needs the help of Dustin to actually inform him of weaknesses, to inform him of strengths, and to inform him of ways in which to tackle a situation. He does not have a Dustin. I have Dustin.
But
And in that, Dustin will have done the research on the gorillas.
Here's the
Steve is a great champion, but does not have the knowledge to settle down. Now, the one thing with Troy, he's a classic bully, and as soon as he is faced with any form of challenge, he backs down. He's really tough and strong when he's dealing with a bunch of
your
10-year-olds,
The only time he
because he's
backs
14 in the
down-
show.
The only time he
And
backs
then-
down is when L uses psychic abilities.
Oh, when
on
she
him.
breaks his arm. Okay, so
Yeah.
that gorilla's gonna crunch that
have
kid's
a
arm,
speed.
and you're screwed.
Okay, but the
No, no, no.
difference is that if
Okay,
you have your
Mike.
arm break out of freaking nowhere versus you see a gorilla charging at you, those are two different things.
You're telling me that 14-year-old isn't gonna
Dustin-
freak out?
You're right. Dustin is good when he has a champion. Unfortunately, you are not a Steve Harrington level champion. So it's you. You are more of a Dustin, realistically. You'd think things.
Dude,
like
I fought a goose with a hockey
research-
stick.
Yeah,
I've chased a bear out of your house with a lightsaber.
No, the bear was already running. Thank you.
No,
very
I
much.
chased it. I
That was
chased it
my
with the
word.
lightsaber.
It had run away before you even knew it was there.
Anthony can attest to this.
We are keeping the fight about the characters.
So here's
He
the
brought me
thing.
into it.
Steve, admittedly, yeah, sometimes he goes into situations without a plan, but he continually survives those situations. So there's something he's doing right. You have to admit, because if he wasn't, he'd be dead. They face a lot of crap. I mean, if I don't know about you, but Steve is the guy that I would want to take on a gorilla while I run away. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but Dustin and I would be able to do it together and work off each other's strengths instead of you just going, you know what, Steve? I'll be your damsel in distress. Peace.
Hear me out. If we're talking about it this way, and we're considering that you are part of Dustin's ability to fight, right? Your teamwork here, right? You break your leg walking in like a little divot in the ground. So I feel like the gorilla's just gonna like touch you, and you're just gonna like, and then Dustin's alone. And what's gonna happen to little old Dustin with no
I think
Steve,
there's
no Michael?
I think there's ways to get around that. And the biggest thing that I have with Steve is, yeah, he's courageous and he's strong, but Dustin is all of those things. And also here's the deal. If you want to look at it from a character base, and we're arguing the characters, right? In every single season, Dustin is willing to take things on, is willing to push forward, and is willing to do what is best for the group and encourage one another and help one another and uplift one another. Steve's a little piece of crap in season 1, and it takes a lot of growth. So
Yeah,
if
and
you
then
want to
all
take
the
my
other
character
seasons,
from
he's the
any
best
point of the
character.
series, he's got me.
Troy has proven effective with improvised weapons. He uses rocks to slash tires and to hurt the party. He uses a shovel against the demo dogs and succeeds. He uses a switchblade to hold Dustin down while forcing Mike to jump
A
off the board.
switchblade is an improvised.
No, but I'm saying
Weapon?
weapons in
It sounds
general.
like he can also only pick on things that are smaller than him.
Not really.
He
They're all the
holds
same
Dustin
size.
down.
They're literally all the
Oh,
same
no.
size in season 1.
And they're all smaller than him.
I feel like
all the
Steve.
same
The gorilla is
size.
bigger than him for sure.
Okay.
I feel like Steve has significantly more combat ability than this kid. And that's what we're talking here. Like in a fight with the gorilla, this isn't a battle of wits. This is pure physical combat.
Yeah, but he's gonna analyze
anything
and
but wits.
pinpoint the weakness, and then we're gonna be able to work around that.
Yeah, but dude, it's a gorilla. By the time you pinpointed its weakness, it snapped your neck.
Also, why are we even fighting the gorilla? Is it mad at us? Do we have a reason
Dude,
for this?
because gorillas,
Or are we
it's
just
on
in
site.
the pit with
Okay?
it?
You walk into the room, you see the gorilla, you know what you gotta do. It's instinct. Okay?
Well, then Troy is
You
the one
just
rushing
feel it.
headfirst into that fight. He is ready to go.
Exactly. Yeah.
He's ready
yeah.
to go. He's ready to take him on.
Yeah.
He's gonna grab the first thing he sees and he's gonna go to town on that thing. He's gonna wail on
He's
it.
gonna pick up like a trash can and just start beating it with it.
Hey, if it works, it works. Trash can lid works as a Captain America shield when you're fighting some things. So
Dude, Steve would be like
Not a
Captain
gorilla.
America. What a
Hey,
good
hey.
argument.
just saying.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think he is one of the best examples in the show, especially of people under 18 when it comes to surviving encounters that you should have absolutely been murdered in.
And Dustin isn't. He somehow
Dustin-
survives a ton of
Dustin,
encounters.
Dustin
Everything
survives
survives
the last
because of
season
Steve.
because of Eddie and Steve.
Yeah, exactly.
Dustin only survives because of other people sacrificing themselves.
Yes, but he helps them, and they don't always sacrifice themselves.
But they do. Like, literally every
But-
situation he gets out of is
Okay,
because
but
somebody
you
else does
literally
something.
pick. Okay, but the last season, I feel like that's not fair because they knew that that was a bit of a Hail Mary end of sacrifice. Like they didn't think they were getting out. They did
But
not think they were
still.
getting out. Dustin was fully ready to sacrifice himself, so he's in that same boat. I'm sure he would sacrifice himself for me.
The point still stands. He only survives because of other people.
He's also kind of whiny sometimes. I know that doesn't
Right.
involve
And Steve
Gorilla,
isn't?
but
Like, the
All right.
only time that Dustin
Steve
is
is also more
effective-
likely to do drugs, which means that if he was on drugs in the case
What?
of this fight, that could be a problem.
Not
You
a
know who's not going to
chance.
do drugs?
Sorry.
Dustin.
If Steve was on meth, he'd
Not a
have a better
chance.
chance against the gorilla.
Oh my goodness.
The only time Dustin's
Well,
been 100% effective is when they needed to use his little radio tower to contact his girlfriend. That is it.
No, he's also been the driving force of the guys who encouraged them to keep going in the first season when they all got freaking scared and he was
That
finally
has
like, oh, maybe
nothing
we need to do
with
this.
Fighting a gorilla.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to encourage you to
that's-
keep going.
No. Well, what? While you're laying bloody and broken? What's he gonna do then?
Yeah. With
He's
that
gonna-
encouragement,
you get-
I
you
could
get
get
up, you
up
get
and
going.
punch that thing in the testicles.
That is a good idea. You know, Michael, you know what I want to
Somebody
say,
clip
and
that,
I'm not going to,
please.
but you know,
And
Hey.
Jez, I don't think Dustin is the way to go on this one.
Well, he's sure better than Troy because at least Troy isn't going to run away as soon as adversity shows up.
I think
But
I'm
he
pretty sure
doesn't.
Joel
He
gave up
doesn't
on
run
Troy.
away. He doesn't run away when
Sorry,
adversity
where
shows
is
up.
he in the other seasons when things?
I think-
when
I
His
think
when-
Joel
family
is gonna
moved.
last, like,
His family
5 minutes
moved out of
arguing
town
with
because of
Steve.
his dad. Like, it has nothing to do with Troy. It has everything to do with his family. That's the only reason he's not in the later
Oh,
seasons.
well, who are you actually going to argue here? Who are you? Who is your original pick?
My original pick was Eddie. I'm not gonna lie.
Yep.
Yeah.
I wonder who you've been arguing in favor for the last half minute. Your whole arguments against ours isn't because your guy's better than ours. It's because our guys need Eddie.
No,
so we
actually,
know
I
that
would
you don't
argue
trust
Joel's
Troy.
been arguing for Steve, actually.
Just saying.
I'm out of things to say. I'm pretty sure this is in the bag.
I know I
Yes.
didn't win.
And
but
you
I'm
know
still
what? Who
having fun
doesn't
with
think
it.
things are ever in the bag? Dustin doesn't ever think things are fully in the bag, and he's ready to keep going, man.
Well, if he doesn't think things are in the bag, it sounds like he's a loser.
Troy also is the one who helps take out the demo dogs, and then is the one that says, "I need to go. Like, we need to do something about this. We need to get help. We need to tell people." While the other guy, his friend James, freezes and just gives up. He's like, "You know what? I'm done," and just walks away. And Troy is like, "You know what? We gotta do something about this. We gotta deal with this. We gotta deal with these demon creatures." And he goes to do that, only to find out.
And Steve actually does it.
1 minute.
None of us picked Billy, did we?
No.
Absolutely ripped.
Didn't we
Mom candy.
search it up and find out that he's too old?
I'm pretty sure we did.
He's
I think he's
19.
like he's 19 or
19,
something.
20.
Mm.
He was
'Cause
ju- he was
honestly,
just at an
Billy
age
would
range.
have been a pretty good contender.
He would have been a pretty good contender,
Yeah.
but not as good as Dustin.
Much better.
He would have been better than Dustin.
Far better.
He would have been better than Dustin.
No man.
Oh yeah.
His car
You know what?
alone gives him a better chance against the gorilla.
His car.
Sorry, is what?
His car.
Nah, his mullet alone. His mullet alone gives him a better
Yeah,
chance
that's all
against
for
the
sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dustin's mullet is just as good. He wore it to the midnight dance. It was awesome.
10, 9, 8.
Y'all can go kick
7,
rocks. Dustin is the heart of the
6,
group, and Dustin will
5,
encourage me and
4,
continue to push me
3,
forward while you
Troy
guys just
got
get
it.
locked
Troy
off.
I got it.
Steve.
Joel, final word.
I got none. Like, I know there's no winning this. Troy is ready to go. He's ready to lay hands. He's ready to throw hands. He's got a knife. He's got a shovel. He's ready to go. But I know there's no winning this because Troy's a dumbass. That's it.
Okay.
Well,
Well, that was very interesting. I somehow know nothing more. This is fun. Okay. Anybody who's at the chat, please vote for who you think would win this battle. I think I've got it
Me.
figured out based on one merit alone.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
I do think that if Steve wins, Joel was basically fighting for Steve for most of that. I feel like if Steve wins, he should get the half point.
How?
but Gizzy, are you voting for the argument, or are you voting for the person you would pick? That's the key. You got to vote for the argument.
I don't know what a Demogorgon is. That's fair.
You
That's-
just gotta
that
vote
is
with your
fair.
feelings.
We're not even talking about
capital
Demogorgons. We're talking about gorillas.
I. Well,
Which-
we did talk a lot
I
about
mean, we did.
Demogorgon.
Based on these arguments, who do you think, as a team, would beat a gorilla or would have the highest chance
Also, I
of
love how
beating
we
a
talk
gorilla?
about just strictly the kids and not about like our abilities with those kids.
No, Michael talked in theory
I did.
about his ability,
A little
but then
bit,
I
yeah,
talked
yeah.
about
I did.
his ankle getting broken by a gorilla.
I
so-
still talked about it. I was like, I still can do some stuff.
So Gizzy is picking Steve.
Steve.
Cap,
Does
who
Cap
are you
have,
picking?
have a vote? Ronan is too busy watching hockey to have an input.
Yeah, we appreciate
Oh,
you tuning in,
so
even if you're not
close.
gonna chat, Ronan. It's okay. We forgive you.
I watched
I
the whole
agree,
show
Gizzy.
twice.
That is
Steve is
based off
clearly the
your
Does
opinion.
he have help?
Garrett. Did you listen to the arguments that these three made, though? Cap picked Steve.
Steve.
So even
Who
if I
is
would have
Steve?
voted
I picked Steve. Who is Steve?
Cam
Yeah.
wins this one.
Yeah.
Michael, I would have picked you based on the only fact that you brought up the fact that it was you and Dustin.
I wouldn't just run away and let Steve deal with it.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I would just slow Steve down. Let's be real here. Dude's a G.
Oh.
Okay?
So-
got
There we
this
go.
in the bag.
See, my point stands. Dustin would work with Michael, and Michael would.
versus
I still think
I was
Steve
like-
alone would.
I was gonna let the
outperform
people
Michael
vote.
and Dustin.
You know,
right
but I'm
now
like,
that,
Michael actually
Cameron
brought up the
believes-
fact that Dustin would help Michael. I'm like, ah! It's like,
That's fair. That's
but
fair.
the people have picked.
That's okay. That's okay.
Cameron wins round 2.
Okay.
I'm a winner.
Now,
Oh boy.
now for the piece of resistance, the one that I am the most excited for.
Oh dear.
Let's go.
This should be interesting.
The next one is the
Andres.
best movie sequel.
To be
So
fair, this is any movie that came out after the original. So it's not part 2. It is anything that came out after.
Yeah.
I will have you guys know I was very tempted at picking Fast X or Furious 7 or the Fast and Furious series
I'm
watch you guys suffer, but I picked one that is a little bit more out there. So
Oh boy.
Guess we rolling.
Sharknado 2.
Guess we rolling.
okay, roll away.
What if I roll a D100?
Roll a d20, you cheating bugger.
Oh, thank goodness.
What'd you get, Cam?
I got a big old 16.
What'd you get, Michael?
Okay.
I got a 15.
I got a 17.
Oh my goodness.
I originally was gonna pick The Godfather Part 2, and then I actually had to write a paper on this, and I think I will nail it. So I picked Return of the King. This is stupid.
See, that was my obvious
This is
one. I
freaking
decided not to
stupid.
do that. So what is
I wanted Michael to get this one. This is gonna be so funny.
what is the nitwit argument?
Hey, the other two have to. You guys have to bring up yours.
I am going with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 specifically.
Darn it. Gosh, that's gonna be a hard argument.
Cameron?
I went with the probably most classic good sequel there is.
Back to the Future.
Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, okay, yep.
Yep.
Hey, okay,
And,
Michael.
Mr.
I'm gonna send you the link. Click on that link and tell me what is the movie that you see.
I do not like this.
I'm concerned. Is this even an argument?
I have to argue for Son of the Mask.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's terrible.
Well, I think we know who loses. If you can off, I will never do a gloves off again. I'm going to say right now, I'm out.
Okay.
Nanners have prevailed before, Nanners can prevail again.
Joel has the highest roll, so Joel, you have your minute. Go.
Guardians Volume 3 is peak MCU material. Peak sequel material. It wraps up storylines. It gives us background that we should have had from the beginning, but it was so good, done in such a great way. It changes like a whole bunch of relationships and dynamics because of what happened in previous movies. It's got so many good moments. It is also the first movie in theaters in years to make me cry in a theater. Because of how good it is. Because of the storylines, because of the moments, the quotes from it. So good. Just so good. It's beautifully done. The soundtrack is amazing. The opening
10 seconds.
sequence with acoustic creep, perfect.
3, 2, 1.
You said my piece.
Okay.
Betrayer.
Cameron, your minute starts now.
All right. Empire Strikes Back is factually considered by many to be one of the best movies, not even just sequels, movies out there. And it's the pinnacle of what a sequel should be. It doesn't do what a lot of sequels do, where it just kind of rehashes the first one, it changes things to get people interested. No. It's a whole new thing. It expanded so well on episode 4. Obviously, you have some epic moments where Luke is getting trained by Yoda. You got some Darth Vader being, a father or something. It raises the stakes from A New Hope. There's character growth. There's relationships that are built. It just visually is still
10 seconds
in 2025. And I don't know. It's Empire Strikes Back. This isn't an argument.
Mr. Michael, your minute starts now.
What you want from a sequel is something that expands upon the known universe and takes it in a way that is a twist. Regardless of audience response, we know that audiences can say many things are good and many things are bad, and in the end, we can argue that that is wrong. What we know is that Son of the Mask is a movie that takes upon a mythos and allows it to have room to breathe. I have never laughed so much at a movie I wasn't expecting to find one laugh in. And I think that's something that we often take for granted. Is you guys picked
10
movies that have
seconds.
serious tones, but they do not give the time and the chance for the audience to truly watch
3,
and laugh.
2, 1.
I'm sorry. As soon as you started talking about it like that, I just couldn't.
Oh, that was something, all right.
Michael,
Mm-mm.
my message in the Discord is factually true. I'll have you know.
Anthony was hoping I would get this. I got this with a 15. I don't know how that works.
Big brain.
Has that timer started yet, Anthony?
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, the fact that Cameron is willing to boast that his is just simply the argument is that it is a dumb argument inherently. There's no way that you could just sit there and go, it is, and that implies an argument.
Everything that I said and take the last point and make it like I did that.
That's what you decided to end with. The other thing
Dude,
I would like to point out about Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back is the depths of which it takes you to is truly an emotional low. There was no form of justification or finish that gives you that rejoice. Son of the Mask does that. It provides a curse that is passed down. It shows you how they have to filter it, how they have to take it on, and how they triumph. That is something different than what we saw before, because previously, The Mask, it was just simply Jim Carrey trying to use it for his own selfish gains, but here, it's a story of a family chain of something that's greater, unlike the little side quest to go save a teddy bear.
Dude, bro, you can't even. Son of the Mask, first of all, is widely considered by many people to be one
And we know
of
that
the
many
worst,
people can be wrong.
but also
We know many people can be
right.
Sometimes they can be right.
The
And in this
argument goes
instance,
the same way with that one. Because many people can be right, many people can be wrong. I'll admit.
okay, but the Son of the Mask was willing to take
Son of the
deeper
Mask,
and greater risks.
admitted
Neither of your programs were.
How
Empire
so?
Strikes Back took quite a few risks, I would argue.
So did Guardians.
Okay, well, Guardians of the Galaxy sat there and went, you know what we need to
as you
do?
say,
I guess we need to tell something a little bit
emotional
less
love,
epic
right?
and a little bit quieter, and their
You
villain
say-
is not as good.
You say Empire Strikes Back is an emotional low, right? And it doesn't. It's not as good. But here's the thing: that's a risk. A movie that is able to do that and have people.
Son of the
love
Mask wasn't a risk? Is that what
It's
you're
so
arguing is the
well made.
It was a
definition
risk to make it
of a
already.
Dude,
really
The
good
Mask made
sequel?
so
Is to take a
much
risk?
money.
No.
The Mask made so much money, and then
It did
they
not make as
took
much
the
as
Mask-
Star Wars. It did not make as much as Star Wars.
Also-
Star Wars, you want to argue about making money?
So you go back.
The Mask did not make as much money as
We're not
Star
talking
Wars
about Star
or
Wars.
Guardians of the
We're not talking about
Galaxy
money.
Volume
We're
1.
talking
So you
about
want to talk about a risk
No,
where
no,
it comes
no,
into
They
money?
literally
Yours
had
is not the
Jim
answer.
Carrey in it. They literally had Jim Carrey. That's not taking a risk.
Yours broke the box office record for the most grossing movie up until that point.
I'm not talking.
It was
about
so
money
big
anymore.
Yeah, we're not
that
talking
they
about money.
proceeded
Also,
to move on to
I
the
would-
next season,
Would
the
like
next
to
year,
talk about this
re-release
for a
it
second.
and
No.
broke it
Okay.
again.
Okay, you made this whole claim that our movies were so uber serious, they were so downtrodden, they were so blah 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 because they weren't strictly a comedy movie. You're basing that argument on the fact that we're three separate genres here. And,
no.
and on
What I'm
top of the
saying
fact,
is that
on
there
top
was
of
no point.
on top of the fact that yes, there is a lot of emotional stuff in Guardians 3. There are so many good jokes thrown throughout that movie.
That's true.
And
I'll admit
well-timed
that.
jokes too. And jokes
I
that are
laughed
like,
more at Son of the Mask than I did at Guardians of the Galaxy.
It's because it's
Okay,
not supposed to be a
Michael,
comedy movie,
that
whereas
just
Son of the
means
Mask is
that you're a
strictly a
fan
comedy
of
movie.
bad
Well, if you're saying that the jokes are what make it such a good
No,
sequel,
I'm not
I
saying
will
that.
argue
No,
that
I'm not
mine are
saying
also
that. I'm
funny.
saying
No,
that you're
putting
twisting
words
our
in
words
mouth
again. I'm saying that it, on top of the fact that yes, there is a lot of emotionally low sequences with Rocket and even with Gamora and all of these things. Yeah, but it also balances out with comedy, unlike something like a terrible sequel to argue would have been Love and Thunder as well, because that was just out the window. But it had such a good balance. It has such good storylines. It has a good ending. It has a great like final moments for some of these characters, like Star-Lord like reconnecting with his human grandfather and going back to live on Earth, having these great moments. You know, you get to see all of these. You get to see. You get to see these moments of like Rocket's backstory. You get to see him almost dying, and you see all these like emotional moments that are so good, and it's such a good storyline too, because it's a found family storyline. It's great. It's a wonderful sequel. It wraps up some good stories. It gives us better insight into like Rocket's whole personality and why he just kind of hates everything, because he literally had everything ripped from him. And it's so good to see that progression.
You know what a sequel also needs to do really well, though? A sequel, for AKA Part 2, needs us wanting more. Son of the Mask left us wanting
No, it didn't.
more.
It did not.
There's-
It
you
did
can
not.
tell-
I want
tell me
anything else from that.
that nobody else sat there and went, no. I want more of the mask. That's what this says.
No.
It doesn't necessarily mean I want more of
no.
the mask directed by this person, but I wanted more.
You know what it made me do? It made me go back to watch the original Mask more.
So it brought
Not
you
the
back to
sequel.
the product.
Not
That's
the sequel.
key.
That's not a
That
good sequel.
was
No,
so
good
good
sequel.
that you went back
good
to part
sequel
one
is something
to
you
get a
should be able
bigger
to
taste.
watch.
Oh my god!
You know what? I'm gonna be fair and honest right now.
Empire did not close the story. Shut up, Gecko.
I didn't.
Don't treat the fans like that.
You can't.
I have
I'm
watched
sorry.
Son of the
Be
Mask
quiet.
more than I have watched Guardians of the Galaxy Part 3.
Guardians for sure closed the story more than Empire did.
I would agree.
Yes.
But-
thank
Okay,
you.
but that's because you're talking about a Part 3, the ending, and we're arguing the Part 2.
But it's
It
still
is
a
a sequel,
sequel.
though. That was
you.
allowed.
That wasn't your argument.
I
Wasn't
know.
the part
So I'm
two.
saying the closing, saying that
No,
it
no, no,
closes
no.
it better can't be a fair argument.
No, I'm
That's what
just
I'm
talking
saying.
about Gecko. I'm just talking about Gecko's statement.
Well,
That's it.
If we wanted, to be fair, we could have picked the last movie in the series 2 to pick
Yeah.
and made that argument. So I
It's
would argue
true.
that's an okay.
It's an
argument.
okay argument.
Well, I
to make.
originally did, but apparently not. So it doesn't count as a great argument because he's
Nah.
literally taking his apart and saying this is the only way that a sequel.
But it's not even the ending
Can finish-
because
I
it
think
literally
you're wrong.
transitions
Like,
into a new Guardians
and-
team.
Han Solo literally being like put in carbonite and the emotion there. And then Luke, like, yeah, it's an emotional low, but it makes you feel so much emotion. Then because carbonite, and then you find out that Luke is Darth Vader's son, and then he almost dies and he gets his hand cut off. And it's just like it ends, even though it's not the third movie and it doesn't wrap up the story. I feel like the end of Empire Strikes Back is like peak cinema for sure.
Guardians 3, as a sequel, as a movie, by far my favorite MCU movie to exist. Better than Endgame, in my opinion. Better than Infinity War. Better than anything like that. Which are all sequels, in theory. Best movie of 2023, in my opinion, was Volume 3. Because of how well it ended. Has such a good ending moment where they're all sitting around as the new Guardians team, talking about music, and Rocket has this moment of nostalgia where he's like, I'm really fond of this one. And he starts playing Come and Get Your Love, which is one of the first songs you hear in Guardians 1. Hockey. Something happened in hockey. That's what that was. So, as a sequel, Guardians 3 is just, it's a peak sequel in my opinion.
And I do think I will say that all of these are peak sequels in their respected franchises.
No,
And Son of the Mask
the animated
actually
Mask TV show is a
continues
better
to do
sequel.
something that Part 2s need to do. Son of the Mask continues to end with people and that wonderful cliffhanger. There's an expanse. This is not the end. There's more to experience. There's more. I wanted to know more about the characters. I wanted to know more about the mythos of it. I wanted to understand Loki more. I wanted to understand what this artifact did. These are things that you just really want to see as it builds further off. Dude, you know what? I would also be willing to bet that my movie won more awards than your
movie of the year it came out. And bad awards don't count. Let's point that out. Awards for second.
Rotten Tomatoes doesn't count.
I think it's still
1 minute
more awards.
No.
Empire Strikes Back
Guardians is where it's at.
It defined what a sequel should be.
But
there are so many sequels now that are based off of what Empire Strikes Back set up. And I just think that it's hard to argue against that.
Guardians has such good character development, though. Like, so good for a sequel. Like, Nebula finding her place in the Guardians, Drax acknowledging the father figure he's become, Rocket coming to terms with his past and becoming the new leader, Peter, coming to terms with the fact that he was, like, literally ripped from his family, and now finding peace and a place on Earth with his grandfather, has the best character development in a long time.
5,
MCU movie, especially.
4, 3,
and that's
2,
that's all I got.
1.
That's it.
Trip, that's all I'll say.
Michael, your final line.
Oh no.
Well, folks, Son of the Mask is actually, in fact, a peak sequel in the fact that not only does it build on the mythos, which we've all said ours does, but it takes it in a way that is so much different that it allows for a greater interpretation. Son of the Mask is a sequel that really gets ahead of the ball between movies that just really impact you. In fact, if you were to go through and look at how many times Son of the Mask is on average streamed, it's actually slightly higher than The Empire Strikes Back. Maybe this is just a bunch of high college students watching it. Maybe it's a bunch of drunk college students watching it. Maybe they watched it right after they watched The Room. But what we know is that my movie has won more awards than yours. We know that my movie has a following in a way that the full name is stated when you see that movie. It's not Guardians. It's not Empire. It's Son of the Mask. And there is a weight and gravitas that comes when you bring this movie up in a
stay in your lane. Stay in your lane.
This movie is a sequel that was misunderstood, but is in fact by far one of the greatest that we could have ever asked for in a series.
I would like to point out, this is a fact check. Son of the Mask won one award for worst remake.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It won a Golden Schmoes Award for worst movie of the year. It won a Golden Raspberry Award for worst movie / sequel. It won worst on-screen couple by Stinker's Bad Movie Awards. It won worst sequel. And
then it's the worst sequel. You're proving you're just proving your own point.
This is outside of the argument.
No, you're just
Cameron was
proving your own
fact-checking me. This has nothing to do with the argument.
The reason.
Whoa.
This is outside the argument. Do not take this into
Cameron
consideration.
Was fact-checking me. I'm fact-checking Cameron. You can't take that into consideration. That's outside the argument. Mine was actually nominated for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 awards.
Oh, we're done, Gecko.
That's pretty good.
It's your turn to vote.
It is time for you guys to vote. Vote who brought the better argument for their sequel movie.
Outside of the argument, I hate you,
chat, Gecko.
Anthony.
Just in chat.
I hate the fact that Anthony was like, I hope you get this.
I'm so glad I didn't.
I wanted to see what you would do.
I really wanted to argue in favor of the other one I had was Terminator Part 2. I also had Cameron and I originally both picked the Dark Knight, and then we
Yep.
both decided to change. I didn't know if 15 would land me Son of the Mask.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was also
Question.
thinking of arguing Mad Max Fury Road.
That's
That
a
would
good
be.
one.
It's a good one.
I
Have
was a
all
little
of you
worried.
guys actually seen Son of the Mask?
Yes,
I've seen
A
it 3 times.
long time ago.
It's been a
Okay.
while, but I have seen it.
Okay.
Just in chat.
I
You
wasn't-
you just type it out, Gecko. You just say that it was me, and then we're done.
No, Gecko, don't do that.
Do it.
Gecko, please.
We didn't say it was anonymous voting. We never said it was anonymous voting.
We never said it was anonymous.
We're not going to come after you. By any means, we're not going to come after you and be like, how
I
dare you."
might if you don't vote for me. I'll come after you. I know where you live.
Nope. I know where you live.
Oh,
Oh, they scored again.
Good. All good things. All good things.
Gecko. I'm hurt. I don't think he did.
Well, Gizzy left because he didn't want Guardians.
Yes, he didn't want spoilers for a
Well,
movie that's been out for 2 years.
Empire Strikes Back before he even left. So, I mean,
No.
Okay. Michael, thank you for the entertainment.
yeah.
If anything, it was entertaining.
That was a very good
how did I
effort.
get a crappy Pokemon that I'd never heard of before, and this piece of garbage?
Yeah,
How did I get Troy Walsh?
They should be a little more arguable. Let us know.
I'm okay with it. We asked for this. I somehow won with Nanner time. I'm not gonna push my luck, but man,
I
I really
too
wanted to argue Lord of the Rings. I think doing would be great is the next time we get to argue all of the ones we wish we could have and then didn't.
That would be
That'll
fun.
Let us
show-
know
that'll
how you
show
want us to
up on
change this
our,
format. I had somebody comment and
that'll
tell
show
me,
up on our
hey, do you know what'd be
Patreon.
cool? What if you all had to argue for the worst of something and then the Nitwit debate was the best of that thing?
That was
think it would
my
be
idea.
hilarious.
What the heck?
That was Cam's
Somebody
idea.
told it to me. I didn't remember who it was.
That was us on Monday or Tuesday. Monday.
But
I
with
think
that,
I will give it to Cameron as well.
with 2 points,
So
Cameron, you are the victor.
You are the biggest nitwit. Congrats.
On the over our scoreboard,
I always knew I
this
was
now
gonna get
brings us on the overall scoreboard. After 2 Nitwits, gloves off, I have 3 points. Cameron has 2 points, and Joel has 2 points.
Hey-oh.
Oh,
I'm gonna go lock my doors and windows now.
Andres, I appreciate you.
If for
And,
whatever reason you have
And I'm not showing up for work
suggestions-
tomorrow.
If you have suggestions for what the next eventual gloves off will be, drop it in the Discord. Drop it in a place where we can read it. Drop it on social media. Drop it on YouTube when we post this video later tomorrow. Drop it on Instagram. Drop it wherever, because we want to argue your arguments.
What is the Discord?
What is the Discord? That's a great question. Hold on, let me get my.
I believe it's discord.gg/the chaotic kingdom.
It could be that. I'm not sure. I'll drop the all link because this has all the social medias. I have
But
to
what
actually
about for the
add
people who are
the Discord.
listening?
Well, the listening. That is, I don't know what it actually is on.
I mean, I haven't put this up yet, but one day when I get
Hold on.
my stuff together, people will be listening.
Okay, so the actual invite has apparently expired. Oh, I need to fix that.
Oh yeah,
bad.
they expire.
Well, I
Yes.
set that to never expire, so I need to change that.
Well,
Fix that.
sounds like it didn't work.
I think it's just the beacons link I used is the problem here, but we will fix
Oh.
that. So I don't know what the actual Discord invite link is.
It
A
is
weird combination of letters and numbers and blah 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 blah. So
Let me change it.
so
We're gonna find out next week
we will.
on Nerds and Nitwits.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. We appreciate it.
we love you all.
Don't forget to follow the Instagram Nerds
Do
and
it.
Nitwits, or we're on Threads too. Nerds and
Yeah.
Nitwits. One day we'll be on other things again when I get my stuff together. I think I made
Nice.
a TikTok already, but I haven't posted.
Oh.
And I
think
don't
there's some
remember. I
clippable
could be
moments.
wrong.
I think there's some clippable moments from me.
Nah. I already have one.
I forgot to put a clip marker in for that first one with whatever Michael
I
said.
clipped it. We're good.
Oh, the
We're good.
punching the gorilla in the testicle.
What?
Did you clip the Michael punching the gorilla in the testicle one?
No.
Oh, I need to go find that one.
Well, that's okay.
First argument.
We'll see you guys next week.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. It was a blast. Don't watch Son of the Mask. It's not worth your time.
It's true. It's really not. Anyways,
Hey man, but that dog wearing that mask.
that's such
That
a
mask got
weird
that
sequence.
dog in him.
It got no that. I guess technically
Hey,
you're
man.
not wrong.
All I'm saying is like if you put that mask on Michael's dog Jeb, I'm sure you would have just the same amount of entertainment, if not more.
Oh boy. Well,
So
that's
hear me out.
tonight's
What if-
episode. Remember,
What if you
join
put a
us next time.
mask on a gorilla? What if you put the mask on the gorilla
Then we're all
and you had to
dead.
fight it with a Pokemon with a lightsaber?
No, we're all
What if
dead.
Blaziken had a lightsaber and had to fight?
Blaziken's a
I think that would
kicker.
be pretty good.
I think
That's what it is. So it can be like, pew, pew, and then, whatcha?
All right. Good night.
I think it would fight us for other things, and those are not safe for work and belong on a different channel.